I'm not afraid. Ha! God! Go!
You know, Carrot Top, if I was you, I wouldn't be sleeping so soundly. Someone might come along and cut your skinny throat.
First of all, Igor, you aren't me. Second of all, if you're so scared you can't sleep, maybe this isn't the mission for you. You can go back to Transylvania unloading trucks.
There's a word for mercenaries like yourself. Missing in action. If you want to survive, you better show some respect, Carrot Top.
Look, I understand. You're paranoid from all those years of villagers chasing you with pitchforks and torches. That's not my problem.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I'm Mr. Jotun. She'd absorb the life force from you if she was attacked. Regardless if she blocked your blade or if you stabbed her with a knife, she'd drain you to a shriveled up sack of bones.
You mean a leech? You ordered a frickin' leech here?
Who are you?
This is Sharon Ryan. She's the CEO of the Obsidian Company and the one who ordered you here.
Good evening. It's nice to meet such unique individuals with special skills.
You mean killers?
Aye. It's also the reason why I can't afford to be seen with you.
Based on a small fortune deposited into our accounts. You taking precious time out of your schedule. I'm assuming this contract is very important to you.
Aye. I'll make this quick. After the war, you were the last 3 top enhanced mercenaries left. The fastest, the strongest, and the most lethal.
Well, which unfortunate army or small country are we wiping out? I assume we're wiping them out.
Aye, but it's one person.
One?
That may be as far as he can count, but he's got a point. This is overkill.
One is enough in this case. I called you here to kill Prototype Atlas.
You're serious about this, aren't you? Atlas?
I, Atlas, who's the source of the modern augmented mercenary. Before the Atlas experiment 30 years ago, soldiers and mercenaries had to rely on chemical substances every 12 hours to maintain their enhanced abilities. A detonation test of something called a quantum shock wave created Project Atlas. This supplied scientists the data they needed to make abilities permanent down to a molecular level.
So this prototype is what made us what we are today. Why get rid of him now?
The war is over now, but we have to edit some history. The day of the experiment, there was a race between the government and the private sector, each sending their best. The government sent a soldier, codenamed Achilles, and the private sector sent a mercenary, codenamed Siegfried. Since you're all freelance, you can imagine who won the contest.
So that was the real reason behind the war. The Siegfried claims his title of Prototype Atlas and the government loses out on some test data?
They weren't able to replicate it. Apparently Siegfried has a weird genetic code. Interesting, isn't it? Anyways, kill him. It's very important. And you, Bavanshi, are leading the team.
Well, Miss Ryan, while I have nothing but respect for you, maybe I might be better equipped to lead the team. As I mentioned, no disrespect.
You know, it must be really hard to crawl up someone's ass with those bolts in your neck, Igor.
Does it even make any sense? Igor and Frankenstein's monster are 2 different characters.
The leadership position is non-negotiable. The exact location has been obscured over the decades, but Achilles left personal logs in black boxes leading to the test site. My assistant will show you the log at his last known coordinates. After each entry, the black box reveals the location to the next.
Like a scavenger hunt.
You're dismissed. Bavanshi,
If you're gonna ask me to kill Igor over there after the mission, I may have to propose to you.
well, I was about to say that with fighting Atlas, you'll have to sacrifice any one of them, but that doesn't seem to be an issue. We'll try to bring back my assistant if you can. Good luck.
You seem awfully cheery for someone who's coming with us to confront a living WMD.
I have full confidence in the team. Yay, team!
Oh crap, this is gonna be a long trip.
It looks like it.
Can you two zip it? We're supposed to be watching this.
This is entry number 7, mission day 19. I've just entered the Balavian woods. The locals here seem somewhat mistrustful. I'm sure they know something is going on. If they only knew about this little contest between the government and private sector, and what the prize is. After all these entries, this log still feels ridiculous. But the military wants us to record our thoughts for stress relief. So, thought of the day? Don't forget to take your pills. And the outcome of this mission might change the way we live. And maybe when this is all over, you give me some extra shore leave for my wedding. But not enough I have to plan it. Don't show that to Sandra. End entry.
There it is. Coordinate sector 756-8W. For a guy who doesn't like to do logs, he sure talks a lot.
I think I know that area. I'll contact some locals connected to Obsidian. They'll provide us with some terrain info.
So they're friendlies.
Yeah, very friendly.
We really need to work on your definition of friendly. There's a misunderstanding.
Is that so, bitch?
Sounds like she knows you.
What are you smiling at, Frankenstein?
Sounds like she knows you.
Hey, watch who you're talking to. We're augmented mercenaries.
Oh, really? I bet each one of you has special abilities too, eh? What's yours? Testing out Q-tips on giraffes, you long-legged freak?
We work for Obsidian. We thought you were expecting us.
How do I know you really are mercenaries?
Oh man, you shot me in the face. That really stings. What is that, a .45 caliber?
Yeah, best way to make sure you are who you say you are. Besides, I thought you'd be used to pain from being reanimated from substandard parts.
What if we were just regular people?
I have a box of ammo next to me with a shovel and a sack of lime. I'm well prepared.
Well, can we ask you some questions about the terrain around here?
If you're the leader, yes. And only you.
What do you think they'll talk about specifically?
He refused to give up the livestock, so took out my knife, did a little dance, and now his wife only wears black.
Okay, got it. Avoid the northeast path.
Yes, and by the way, some of us may appear a tad unhinged, but no one in this area is as crazy as you guys.
Oh? Why are we crazy?
Because you're going after the Endbringer.
Endbringer?
I heard your kind calling it a prototype, which is really too clinical. Like trying to convince yourself that what you're about to face is an older, rundown version of you.
You don't win battles by putting your opponent on a pedestal, and I don't have a kind.
You don't win by underestimating your enemies either. And considering how your predecessors were torn to pieces, you have a kind.
Predecessors? You mean other augmented mercenaries?
Yes. You think you're the first?
Why would Obsidian lie to us?
Corporations, right? Oh, and I took that electronic device thing that all the others watched, but I can't seem to make it play.
So you met my predecessors.
Yes, but they never let me see the video.
Well, this time will be different.
This is entry number 8, mission day 21. Still looking for the location of the generator. This may be a neutral zone, but I managed to receive information about my opposing Merc counterpart. Ironically, his code name is Siegfried, like Achilles, named after a mythological figure who is invulnerable except for one weakness on his body. It won't take a philosophy major to see that it's all a metaphor for our dependency on those pills. It's how they control augmented soldiers. But strength is usually based on some kind of dependency. The state takes care of us, while we take care of the state. That's probably why I despise this Siegfried the more I read about him. The private sector hired him purely based on him killing other mercenaries during the selection process. No loyalty, no camaraderie, just survival of the fittest. Or maybe I don't like him because he is proof that a community isn't a necessity for strength. End entry.
So, I hope his self-doubt isn't contagious.
I've killed more soldiers like him than Siegfried.
But have you killed more than Atlas? Since turning into Atlas, he's had 30 years to rack up his count. Look, all you mercenaries operate on survival of the fittest. It's how the private sector won the war. But for this, you better know who wants this fight the most.
So I've got a team question for you.
Yes?
Why didn't you tell us about the other mercenaries who tried to kill Atlas?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
I've never seen a leech in action before. It's kind of disturbing.
I have. It's always disturbing. Though Carrot Top seems to be a stable leech, usually they end up turning their own life force. I guess that's why she's still around.
Pain does wonders for the thinking faculties. In fact, I think you're remembering something right now.
Yes. We have sent others before you, but if you hadn't known they were unsuccessful, you would have just taken off.
Look, if I get paid, I get the job done. Plus, I don't know, it might have been useful knowing why they failed. Accumulated knowledge means something. Unlike your shitty interpretations of team and friendly.
You're not gonna fail. Besides, there weren't that many before you.
So were all these people here before Atlas?
Final entry. It's supposed to send a message to my base. This is for you. I depend on you, Sandra. My strength is because of you. I'm not afraid, Sandra. You be proud of me. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. God.
So where is he?
I guess footage like that leaves you cold. Don't you have any empathy?
You know, I never really thought much about if all the people we killed were calling out for their loved ones. Maybe they did, but I never paid attention to it. It's weird seeing it from the other side.
Well, in war, things usually happen very fast. Maybe we just see what we want to see.
I don't think I could ever relate to any of you.
I'm not relatable? Why? Because I don't focus on misery? I have never understood the romanticizing of suffering. The obsession with reluctant and vulnerable heroes. That's people putting their shitty insecurities into stories in the hopes to see their own reflection. That's not how real conflicts work. If you hesitate, if you're vulnerable, you'll be squished by an enemy who has enough sense not to put weakness on a pedestal. And the irony is, it's always people like you and your boss who romanticize conflicts that start them. Well, the only people you'll see your reflection in is that of the defeated. So go ahead, relate to Achilles.
Well said. Achilles was a weakling. Was clutching at his pills. Was clutching at his woman. Was clutching at his community. If a chain is only as strong as its link, it's no wonder the state fell.
Yeah, we won the war.
And now we're here to give you a retirement party.
It's not my retirement you're attending. You, small one. You're Obsidian's latest pawn, are you not? And they must be the last ones.
Yes.
What is this about?
Haven't you figured it out yet? This is the place where the private sector sends augmented mercenaries to disappear. After they realized I couldn't be killed, that became the new purpose of Project ATLAS. To clean up their public image by removing their tools.
Even if that's true, why would you help them?
My molecules can leave the radius of the quantum blast. I'm stuck in these woods while my very existence became the foundation of a new world order. When Obsidian promised to find a way to free me after I removed all the augmented subjects.
And you trust them.
No. But what else is there to do?
They betrayed us. Hence the fake smiles and team spirit shit.
So what now? This is messed up.
I totally didn't see that coming. I honestly thought Carrot Top would get to kill her.
We really aren't getting any closure here.
No. You really won't.
Unkillable, eh? I've killed a lot of people who made that claim. All right, guys, we've got a job to do.
When the cycle complete, I'm the genesis of your augmented abilities, and I will be also its end!
This is impossible.
Finally, they sent me a stable each. And as usual, when looking for something, it had to be the last one! Yes, it worked. Whatever it was that chained me to this place, you absorbed it from me. I wonder if they will send after you. In any case, you now hold a new society on your shoulders.
You're a bit of a ways from your farm.
Not really my farm. I just took it from some guy with my knife.
What do you want?
Just looking at how our new neighborhood Endbringer's doing. And, how did that third video of Achilles end?
He got his neck snapped.
Really? Always with those Debbie Downer endings.
Yeah, they're really trying to pander to the emotional viewer.
They do that to make the character more relatable, you know? It's an old trick focusing on vulnerability.
I know, that's what I've been saying for years. How do you learn any new perspective if you just want the characters to be like you?
I blame the lazy demographics. No one really wants new perspective.